Okay, this is just a quick video to show how to just run through the Darkmoon Faire fairly quickly. Not like a speed run or anything, but a guildmate was asking me whether it's too much hassle to go and get the buff from the Darkmoon Faire and get the Darkmoon hats by doing all the games. And I said it only takes like 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you just know what you're doing and just go through. So I'm just going to quickly show that. You will need, before you go in, or if you haven't got any, when you go in, you'll need to go to a vendor and buy these Darkmoon game tokens. You'll need one for every attempt you play at a game. And there's a vendor in there, in between the carousel and the pet battles arena. There's like a little tent with a vendor outside that sells. You can buy a sack of 20 tokens for about 3 gold or something. It's pretty cheap. And these are the things that, if you're looking for the rep buff, there's a carousel which you can buy tickets for in there, which you can just grab a ticket for the carousel, jump on that, and you get an hour's buff. But if you're out questing or whatever, and that you die and you lose the buff, or the hour runs out, then if you don't want to have to come all the way back here to get another buff, you can get Darkmoon Top Hats, which basically give you exactly the same buff. The only difference with these Darkmoon Top Hats is that they do continue counting down. They last for an hour, but they do continue counting down while you're logged out. And also, if you take them out of these game prizes when the Darkmoon Faire ends, which for me at the minute is tomorrow, then these actually disappear from your inventory, so I'm told. So I believe these ones don't. So I'm just keeping them in there so I can keep them to next time, hopefully. Anyway, so we'll go in. So basically you want to run down, and you can see I was in here earlier and I accepted the first quest, so I'll actually cancel that. Just to show us if it's a fresh run. So the actual tent, if you want to buy tokens, is there. So you've got the carousel there, and then there's the arena next to it is the pet battles, and there's like that little tent there. There's a vendor just there if you have to get game tokens. So we come in, so accept the quest, and you speak to the NPC again, and you start the game. So this one is literally just whack the Gnoll. So you want to get these ones. These ones here are worth 3 points. These ones are worth 1. So you want to get these ones worth 3 points. Oh, I missed. If you're lucky, you get a few in a row like that. If you're standing too close, as you can see, it doesn't hit it. You want to avoid hitting these ones as they sort of stun you and leave you some time. So 30 is pretty easy to get, assuming you get a decent amount of luck with the hogger spawns. You can see the points going up at the top there. So once you've hit 30, that's it, you can run out and hand it in. If you want it, there is an achievement, I think, to hit 40 or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway. So you can run out, hand in the quest. That's it. That's that one done. We can go to the next one. The next one's right next to it. This one, there's a target out in the water that you have to hit. So the cannon's going to fire you. And so basically, there's a point you need to spot on the ground where you need to press your 1 key to release the parachute. And it's just on one of these railings here. So if you look just there, I've hit it a bit early. So if you get right in the center, you get 5 points. If you hit anywhere in the circle, you get 3. So I have to go back and do it again.
Salutations.
And you can take this guy to, you can either run back or 50 silver. It'll teleport you straight back. I've also found there are bugs as well. Especially if you're a druid and you're in druid form, like the travel form, it can bug out when you get into the cannon, so it's best to dismount or whatever first. So anyway, we'll go again, and that obviously costs another Darkmoon game token. So when you get over there, there's like some fences, and it's sort of like not the initial fence, it's the first line of fences. You want to hit it around there. So there, at that point there, is roughly. Oh, I hit it a little bit too early, but that's enough to complete the quest.
Hey. Off and away.
Okay, and that one in.
Off and away.
Okay, so you've got the carousel there if you want to get the reputation buff, and you can buy tokens off this vendor here. Okay, the next one is the rifle one. This one can be a pain if people get in your line of view when you're doing this, but what you want to do is accept the quest. You want to zoom your view right in and stand up roughly in the middle. Right, and so we can go and accept the quest. What you do is hold right mouse button, and then literally just as soon as the eye appears, just whack one and move your vision over. You can hear me whacking on my keyboard. And a quick shot will get you 2 points, and a normal shot will get you 1. So you probably need a couple of quick shots to get the 25 in the time. So you literally want to be looking in the middle, and as soon as it appears, start pressing the button, and then turn your camera. And you can get 3 shots in before the next one appears. And that's it, that's 25. You can keep going. I mean, the achievement on that one is just to get a quick shot, so there's no score to achieve for an achievement or anything like that one. Right, next up is the Tonk driving game. And this one you just have to go around in the Tonk and hit targets and avoid getting shot by the NPC Tonks and airships. So you get a little controllable controller. You can press 1 to fire a rocket. If you get marked like that, you want to get away, because if you get hit, you get stunned. So you just press 1 to fire your weapon. And if you need a burst of speed, you just press 2. This one, when you first start playing it, I found I didn't always get 30. And when you get used to it, it's quite easy to get 30. Just always looking where you're going to go next, and just be ready to get out of the way of like that. You're going to get shot. You don't always have to speed away, but as long as you just get away from the shot that comes in from them.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
So there's an achievement for this one. It's something like hit 40 targets or 36 targets or something. Can be quite tricky, but then if you get lucky with the spawns, sometimes I mean, I've had 50 targets hit in one go on this. And you can see there's I wasn't paying attention, I got hit.
3, 2,
right, so you can see there's a timer bar, and when that runs out, you have to go again. I did actually manage to get 30 before I was hit anyway, so it's fine.
Very good.
So I'm going to avoid this one. These are pet battles. You don't actually get Darkmoon prizes for these, but you do get the sort of the currency for buying the Darkmoon stuff is the Darkmoon prize tickets. You do get those for doing those, but you don't get these Darkmoon game prizes. So I'll leave that for now. So the next one is the Firebird challenge.
What do you want?
So this one fires you up in the air, and you literally have to just go through a series of rings. So if you start at this one here, there's one that will spawn here. So you just literally press forward, and you can basically fly along. You want to get 15 of these rings. This is the route I always take for this. Now, obviously, there's a lot of rings all over the map, and there is an achievement to get, I think it's 60 or something. It's not too difficult once you kind of learn where they are. Once you figure, I mean, I just found a route for myself. I mean, you can look online to find out the best route to do, but I mean, I just sort of found one myself and then just sort of got used to it. So it does take a few goes, but it's not too bad. I'm going to say this is roughly the route I take just to do the 15 each time. I need 2 more, so I need this one. And then that one is I always get this one as my last one, and then I fly down to the vendor.
What's up?
Oh, that's the wrong button.
3, 2, 1.
Interesting. Keep it real.
And then you can use the remaining buff you've got to fly over to the next game, which is the ring toss.
Hey there.
And this one's really easy if you just know what to do.
See you later.
So accept the quest. And the
Good
thing is,
day
you've got
to you.
all the time in the world to play this one as well. There's no sort of time limit on it to stop to rush you. So you want to get up to the fence, zoom your window in, and then press 1 and it gets a marker up. What you want to do is you want to move your marker to where he stops in the middle. So about there. And then what you want to do is wait until he gets to the end and stops. And as soon as he stops, hit the button. And then basically it'll land on him when he hits the middle. That's the easiest way of getting this one. And you can literally, there's an achievement to hit all 9 rings. And, oh, I've done it a bit late there. It might be alright. Yeah. So you've got like a fraction, like half a second or something to react to him stopping. You can get like 9 in a row quite easily with this to get the achievement just by doing that.
Hello. See you around.
Right, so the last 2, so they're all the main games, and there's 2 here which are races on mounts. To get this one, I always just use the same mount every time. You've got a choice of 4 mounts here.
Yo.
So take the quest, and you literally just walk onto one of them. I always take this strada here. So you just press 1 to zoom to the next marker. You press 2 to teleport a nearby buff to you. And you basically want to avoid, like, the zeppelins flying around that will shoot you if you get too near. There's like electric gates that will stun you as well, so you can stay away from those. Normally I get that gate, but okay, if it's off cooldown, I'll use it here to skip all these. Oh, don't want to hit that. And I'll save the last boost for this shortcut here. I think if you get it within 11, you get a, well, there you go, an achievement. So that's that.
Hey, how you doing?
And then you can just use the same mount to do the second one, which is a bit longer.
Yeah? What do
It's
you want?
this one, the achievement's to get 20 within 25 tolls of the bell, which again is doable once you learn the course, and sometimes you get lucky with spawns and stuff. I should use that then. Never mind. So with these, like those ones, the speed boots allow you to walk on water, and I think you get a slight walk on water after using the teleport as well. But otherwise, going in the water is really bad. It slows you down terribly. So this one, I'll pull that out there and use that. So it can be tricky with this one. Sometimes if you like that, you don't want to take, 'cause that'll just fly you straight up in the air. But at the same time, you don't want to get hit by these zeppelins, and there's 3 here, so it could be a right nuisance. And you can use number 1 while you're up in the air as well to sort of come down quickly. I don't think I'm going to hit the 25 tolls on this one. But can avoid that. Oh, I did get hit. This is the bit that always used to mess me up. But they seem, I don't know if they changed it, because I don't think these teleporters used to allow you to walk on water, but now that they do, it's not so bad, this bit. You can just do this. Oh, I might normally get that spring.
I need a target.
Now you want to save your number 1 ability for some gate down here, just after this one. So yeah, this one you can just whiz through. Saves a bit of time. You don't really want to hit that, but it's not too bad. Now this could be quite tricky. There's a few zeppelins here that usually always hit me unless you get lucky with the spawns. Are we at 22? I might actually make it within the 25. Or not. No, I think it's 26. Oh no, 25. There we go.
What's the word on the street?
And that's it. So now you've done that, this dismount doesn't always work for me. So if you need to get out, you can type /dismount and get in your normal mount. So basically you've got a whole bunch of Darkmoon game prizes here. So what we can do is right click them to open them. Some of these I've had already with Darkmoon hats in. But yeah, you get prizes. You get this. This is an old quest item, just a grey item. Get rid of it. So Darkmoon prizes, Darkmoon prizes. Sometimes you get through all these and you don't get any top hats at all. You get like little rider, little toy things as well you can use that have limited use. So Yeah, it seems like I've been a bit unlucky this time and not got any top hats. I think these ones are the ones I had from before. Because they would normally have a top hat and a game token in, so none of them did. So yeah, so the last thing you can do if you want to get the XP buff is rather than use top hats all the time, you can buy a ride ticket there. I've already got some here, so that allows you just to walk in. If you walk in here without one, it teleports you out again, and then as soon as you stand on here, you'll get a buff. It gives you 10% rep bonus and XP bonus, and it just counts up. You just stay on it until it hits 60 minutes, and that's it. So I don't know how long that took. I wasn't actually timing it, but it's about 15-20 minutes. Easy peasy.